Welcome to the Magma Classroom, your weekly digital painting study session. This particular classroom series focuses on the basics of digital painting, starting with the fundamentals of shape, values, lighting, and color. We've done a good few simple spheres and apples already, tried our hands at some more interesting still lifes, broken down simple landscapes, and even run a gauntlet of timed exercises to speed up the learning process. These 2-hour study sessions are aimed at beginners taking their first steps in digital painting, illustrators who want to tackle new subjects and grow their visual library, and more experienced artists wanting to warm up or wind down from their usual work. I'm your host Ryan, and together we'll be sharpening our skills with a new subject each week. The aim here is definitely not to produce perfect paintings, but to put in the time to learn and challenge ourselves. We'll be getting started shortly, so top up your mug and check the stream description below for instructions to join. While you wait, be sure to subscribe so that you can be notified about future sessions. Okay, can you hear me now? Please tell me you can hear me now. Okay, looks like StreamYard is picking it up. Thank all the gods, all of them, even the ones of terrible internet. Hell's bells. I was just in a meeting, using my mic, no problems, didn't change anything, and then we end up with this. Anyway, welcome to the blooming classroom. So today we're doing, well, this music's very loud in my ears. We're doing owls. So if you are on YouTube, you want to join along, check the stream description below. It's all there. It's all there. If you're on Twitch, you'll have to let me know because we don't have a stream description. I'll have to send you all the links. But yeah, feel free to indulge your imagination here. If you haven't drawn owls before, though, maybe you want to stick to trying to sort of follow the reference as much as possible. You don't need to understand any owl anatomy or anything like that. Well, like we always do, we'll focus on shapes, values, that kind of thing, block things out, and get a good idea for things. Let's see, there should be, we're going to need more canvases, aren't we? Let's add a couple more. You will notice down below that there are a bunch of canvases. Feel free to take one for yourself, rename it with your username if you'd like, just to make it clear that it's a claimed thing. And yes, cool, nice one, very cool. Well, watermelon. There are plenty of owls there, and you can pick any of them. You can pick all of them. If you want to rearrange or whatever, you can just double click on the layers to claim them. I've left the layers, so you should be able to take them over and hide and show as you like, whichever ones you want to be working with. There's some funny ones here. So if you're into more stylized kind of things, you can go ahead with that as well. Or if you want to go more realistic, go for it. No problem, no problem. Welcome. I've duplicated a bunch of a bunch of blank canvases. Let me fix that. Burn, yes, move to burn. Move to burn, yes, move to burn. I'm just going to, hey, move. I'll just add a few after mine, actually. That'll be the easiest, because I know mine's empty. And you can just rename. Double click and rename. Grrr. Yeah, that's a bit annoying on iPad. Noted. Cool. So like I said, with this, if you're not familiar with drawing owls, break it down into shapes. Break it down into shapes. We've got some really simple things to look for. Let's say with this one, for example, you can just start with a circle, and we have a sort of oval shape. Everything blends with here. We have a kind of triangle over here, kind of rounded triangle, one that goes behind the body too. And we've got our tail. So you can keep things really simple like that. We've got another triangle here, but it's got a ridge. It's something to keep in mind. The eyes are quite rounded, but not completely round because it's got a bit of a brow. So all these little things to look for. A little heart, the top of a heart, for example, over here. You kind of got a really plumpy kind of heart you could work with over here. Hey, TBT. So look for those kinds of shapes, because that'll make things a lot easier. I'm no owl expert, so we're going to see how this goes. This one on the bottom right, I saw someone comment on that. That is quite a funny one. Again, here, like, just keep it with simple shapes. Okay, we've got a very clear line that the eyes and the eyelids rest on over there. A little half circle, another half circle, pretty much. Another kind of, not quite half circle, but it's certainly a segment of one, where you could do the full oval. And then we got these little bits that come out. What sort of shape would we classify these as? Almost a teardrop, right? Just on its side. And here as well, we got more of a diamond shape that you can work with. Lots of little things that you can experiment with. So if I slurp into the mic with my tea. We've got limited undo, so I can just go clear layer. There we go. Now let's do some painting. I'm going to start with this one. Here's all this. We've got this oval that everything fits into. And here, checking out these lines, there's a bit of a curve there, and then a curve again as it comes down towards the beak. There, curves as well as it comes down towards the beak. I'm looking for all of this kind of stuff. Very clear half circle, a strong bow, it's brow, not a bow. Then the eye. Nice, guys are moving quickly. Getting right into it. I'm trying to think of what we can do during the clubhouse that is builds on the owl. Oh, Zanboy, I see you there on YouTube. Cool. What's done with your sketches? Okay, so we've got this shape here. Round, goes quite round. I should probably start with a bit of a circle here. Just trying to find things, being very, very sketchy. Because my lines sort of comes almost halfway into that circle. This would even come a bit further back, I think. Then we have another sort of bow shape, arch. Got one over here. And then it bounces back this way. And it's okay to exaggerate these shapes. You know, if you want to do more kind of cartoonish or stylized things, you can exaggerate. I'll try to speak English. You can exaggerate some of these shapes and corners. Rather than having a lot of soft ones, you might go with a lot harder edges. So got that up there. It comes up there. Let's see what sort of comes in about here. I'm looking at all these lines here. They're quite, it's like flat out from the eyes. Sort of leads out from there before going into bigger feathers. This is quite like a dark piece over here. It's a bit dark over here. And let's see. It's maybe a bit higher. It's good. And now there's a lot of feathers that sort of come out onto this, hiding a bit of that shape of the beak, but we can roughly assess what that shape is and what it's doing. We know that we'll get a lot of feather that covers that. Officially done with your drawing. All right, bye. Take a crack at some of the others if you've got time. It's cool if you can knock these out fast, but if you've got time as well, then it's good to take a little longer. But I know some folks come in that don't have a lot of time, but they want to participate, so that's also cool. These feathers that come out here. Cool, I'll take a look in a little bit, so I'm going to just keep going with mine here. It's a bit lighter. In this section here, it's a bit lighter as well. Under the beak, which should be sharper. That sleepy owl is very cool. when I was hunting around for reference, I thought I can't not add this to the list. You've got to. So mine is definitely going to be flawed. That's all right. That's all right. Also remember that the classroom is not about perfect drawings. Just putting in the time, So let's keep this simple. Let's put a layer underneath. Find us a nice brown. Well, I mean, the classroom is more specifically for our subject than drawing OCs. And I need to push up my opacity. Let's make this bigger because otherwise I'm going to sit here painting forever. I don't know if you guys are also prone to this sometimes, but keeping your brush too small. I know I have a bad, not a habit really, but I just don't think. I'm going to need something lighter, a little yellower. Lighter than that. Around the eyes. I'm just keeping it to simple shapes for now. Of course, things gradually get lighter in parts. Just looking for shapes of this lighter color. That dark. Or you can draw your OC with an owl sitting on the shoulder. You can still sort of keep it relevant. But I mean, I can draw what you want. But this is it's kind of meant to be the space to help us learn, practice, struggle, just a community struggle. But I kind of want to get around to doing a lot of the other ones for a change, because I typically only get around to working on one of the reference images, and then Wenz comes along, and he's tackled all of them, made like a quirky caricature of certain streamers. A certain classroom host. Speaking of classroom hosts, some exciting news. Tomorrow we have Jonathan Hardesty doing a portrait study with us, which is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to being more of a participant while he instructs, and he is an awesome instructor. We've had him on the Clubhouse before. I've mentioned him a few times in the classroom. So yeah, he'll be hosting his first classroom session with us. And it won't be the last. We will kidnap him and keep him here for many, many classrooms, I hope. Put him to work. If anyone's joining over on YouTube, coming in a little late, if you guys want to jump in the canvas with us, don't be shy. Just check the stream description. You'll find all the details there. And here we've got something that's a bit more orange, actually. Like, make it a bit bigger. All the way along. Constantly adjusting my brush size. Let's soften this a bit. Get a little bit of it. Great. And here I even laid a bit of gray in here. I have to just check a little something here. On that note of Jonathan, actually. I will continue drawing in a moment. You guys keep at it. It's just an urgent message to deal with in preparation for tomorrow's classroom. Okay. So I need a little bit more of this. It'll all look a little better once I start bringing in the darks. It's quite light over here. It sort of fades into that orange. This section is actually really bright. Let's make sure I get that just flat in there. Whoops, bit excessive, bit extreme right, bit excited. Calm down, calm down. Here as well, really light. Here it's really light. Also got a little hint of light reflecting in here, but let's put this above the sketch layer. I kind of like to leave the sketch layer in sometimes and just go over it. Keep that sketchy look. This could be much lighter, I think. And let's see, darker, lighten that, and a bit bigger. I'm keeping my eyes pretty squint most of this time because I don't really want to get caught up in details. If you didn't know, squinting your eyes is probably one of the best things to do with your art, particularly early on, to stop yourself from getting in the details, but also to see shapes much better, much more easily. Shapes of light, shapes of color. Or zooming all the way out. So where a navigator panel comes in quite handy, or keeping your reference quite small. Never been able to do it? You mean keeping your, like squinting your eyes for a large chunk of time? I mean, yeah, for me, it definitely takes a bit of discipline, I'm not gonna lie. To remind myself to zoom out. Change the track here quickly. And a reminder, if you're catching on Twitch, you can just let me know and I'll drop a link if you want to come along and draw with us. Next track, there we go. So I'm happy with this as a start, this piece here. But I just want to get a little bit of that. There's a little sort of crease or a bit of darker line that comes from the eye. Sleepy bags under the eyes. Hey, come on now. There we go. And just a little bit over here, a bit of light. And if we want to bring it forward a little bit, let's maybe put something in the background real quick. Oops, wrong layer movement. There we go. It's got this muted blue in the background, goes well with the warm colors in here. In a owl. Just to bring him forward a little bit. Oh, lost my camera there. What's up with that? For some reason, I used to be able to use my camera on my phone, connected over Wi-Fi, and now it refuses to work over Wi-Fi. It will only work with a cable, but now it doesn't want to work with a cable. So what's next? Let's have a look. We try again. There we go. Let's knock that. Oh, now it's working over Wi-Fi. So, I don't understand technology. I'm just a user. Make it easy to use. Okay. Cool. So I think I'm going to stop there with this little guy and move on to the next one. Let's play around with this funny one. I can actually merge these layers down now. Anything I paint over is going to be more. It's just rendering, just refining. I don't really need to go much further than that for this study. I'll even make it smaller. Why not? Put it off to the side. And I see I have some leftover lines from drawing over the reference. As always, I do recommend not color picking from the reference. If you've been doing that up until now, it's fine, but try not to. Try and train your eyes to hunt for the colors. So on a new layer. Okay, so I want to go with this one because that is hilarious. Come on, look at this guy. Okay, I'm gonna go with my pencil and not my eraser. I'm going to make this a bit smaller. Okay, so very simple oval shape. I'm going to exaggerate things a little bit. Not quite the middle. Sort of looks like the bottom of the eyelids. I mean the bottom of the eyes, and just above that, got the eyelids, and then above that, we've got the brow. So let's work with this. If we divide this half, that's sort of where the beak is. Let's go to the midpoint of the beak. So from here. Just trying to establish some points to work with. Could even exaggerate it, but let's make it a bit bigger. Make it look really ridiculous. But when you start looking for these shapes, this is when stylization starts to get fun and interesting and make a bit more sense. His eyes are kind of like caught up in the middle here. Whoa. And from here it goes into, what was it? It was kind of like a teardrop shape, right? And we'll cut into it. It's going to look like a mouse ears at first. This goes through the middle. This goes through the middle. Just roughly, just to make sense of it for myself. Sort of comes wide and then a sharp downturn. Beak here. Should probably come over a little bit. So I'm going to use my lasso select. Just grab that area, switch to the move tool, slightly bring it over. Don't forget to deselect. Now we've got little nostrils there. And then that mouth also opens. Hey, Vince. Yeah, these are pretty fun. I haven't had a look at everyone else's drawings yet. I'm seeing little bits in the thumbnails. Yeah, it's looking good. Sort of darker on this end. This could even go further. Whoa. Itchy ear, itchy ear. Spottiness here. Sure. Yeah, well, you probably can't hear me. Oh, I can't type. Where's the symbol, the correct me symbol? Ah, just now we got wings that come out here. Boo on meetings. How dare they interrupt our classroom time? Oh no. So I mean, this looks absolutely ridiculous, and it was the intention. But it probably doesn't look quite owl-like yet. These ears are a little too rounded, looking like mouse ears. This could probably be cut down a little bit. Then, keeping that layer on top, I'm going to start filling in underneath it. Now we've got a bit of it's kind of like a greeny white in this photo anyway. Greeny gray. Let's add a little bit of color there. Let's shift towards blue. It's a bit too much. We'll add in white or a lighter value afterwards. Yeah, and keeping the eyes squint, just looking for shapes. So obviously just here by the brow, it sort of turns down. Just keeping that in mind. And then we've got this kind of brown. Although this is whatever I'm doing here, clearly I watched Star Wars yesterday. Let me get a bit of a Yoda thing going on. Well, actually, there was no Yoda in this one. I was watching The Rise of Skywalker because I couldn't quite remember what all happened in there when I watched it at the cinema. So I was just revisiting that while working. His eyes are very blue, like this icy blue. Even lighter over here. Keeping my brush at 100% opacity and density for now. Just getting things in. I don't recognize those initial characters in what you're saying, Watermelon. Let's actually get the same color out in here. This needs to desaturate a bit. It's Japanese, yes? Yes. I feel like I need to take my Duolingo learning of Japanese off the app soon into something like more real world. I feel like it's only it's like when I'm in Duolingo, then I can recognize a lot of the stuff. As soon as I'm sort of out of it, it becomes difficult for me to get the brain seeing the characters and the words. I'll get there. One day. It's a nice article. See if I can get myself to fluent Japanese speaking by March. Aha. No, not gonna happen. If only I had such an aptitude for languages that I could learn at an absurd pace. But I was not gifted, so not gifted with such things. Okay, I'm gonna start moving on top of this layer now. Yeah, what really impresses me is people who learn multiple languages at the same time. Yeah, English is whack. Some things don't make sense. Let's make this lighter. I don't like how dark this is. But what I could do, maybe is actually what I need to do is give this a bit of a dark background to bring the lights forward. I'm going to go with something a bit warmer, warm dark. So my shadows, what am I going to do? I think go keep them cooler. Do this on the right layer, please, Ryan. Do it on the right layer. Give it a little bit of light for there. How are we doing for time? We are just shy of 1 hour in. Going well. Come on, pick that color. Pick that color. Want something a little darker here. A little darker over here. Let's do a bit more. Let's exaggerate that a little bit. A little bit. It does indeed look sleepy. It's a bit of like an orange in here. There too. What is an owl's favorite Beatles song? Tell us. All you need is love. Very good, very good. Wonderfully silly, I like it. And a favorite TV show? I want to know why the owl's watching TV in the first place, but tell us, tell us. Are you Googling owl jokes now? Doctor Who! Very funny. I really like that one, actually. It's just so ridiculous. Okay, okay. So its eyes with all the OLED screens. Yeah, all the OLEDs. What did the vet say to the owl who couldn't stop hooting? I think you have a bad case of irritable owl syndrome. Okay, we'll leave it at that. For the over 18s among you, anyone watched the UMAD dad jokes? Yeah, dad jokes on YouTube. Also good fun. A better way to start the day than with the news, I'll tell you that much. I have a bad habit of watching the news in the morning. Okay, that's here. I think I'm going to sort of stop this then. It's a bit of a silly one I'm busy with. But fun, but fun. probably be a bit better about shadows in here. Let's see. Okay, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Okay, well, that was fun. Let's move on to a different one. Merge down. Make it smaller. Let's go with smaller. Okay, new layer. Let's go. I love this bar now. That's really cool. Let's get my brush size ready. Do some sketching. Have some tea. Make sure you're drinking some water, having a stretch. Just a little stretch. Okay. I feel like I could still, see things I want to noodle around with still. I want this to be a bit darker here. Do you want to have a good Halloween? Those of you, at least one of you who I know celebrates it enthusiastically. I see. Okay, let's shift to, I was going to sketch out the other one. No, in South Africa, you don't go just randomly knocking on strangers' doors asking for treats. You're gonna get hurt real bad. It's a dangerous game. So I have seen sometimes people here, might put something outside their houses, but very minor. You put anything outside your house overnight, it's not going to be there in the morning, so it's not something people get into. So we have this circle, and we have this top of the heart shape, my head. Right there. And then we have this here. Comes in a bit, Comes in a bit. Down a bit. A bit. Has anyone here played Journey? For a slight change of topic. I was just thinking now of, while drawing Barn Owl, that reminds me of something from the game. It's a beautiful game if you haven't played it. Really worthwhile. It's a, what is it? Call it a cozy game? I don't know. It's a journey. It's an experience. But it's very calming. Which is, gotta say, pretty refreshing. And like Hades, where I'm frantically clicking. It's Journey is it's a video game available on. It's on iOS. It's on Steam. I think it's on Steam. It is. I played it on iPad, and rather annoyingly, I had no sound through a good chunk of it. Only to realize that the reason for that was that I had just turned off. There's a setting here that I turned off for my sound. I didn't realize. And it's not something where I would have expected it to turn off the game sound. Hades is fantastic. Oh, it's so brilliantly done. Illustration style is super cool. I dig it. But the dialogue and the way that they hook you on the game, giving out bits of the story in such like tiny bites, so you have to keep doing the runs again and again, but they make the runs harder. Add a few like interesting new challenges, new things to acquire. Like they did it well. They really hook you. So I think it's an excellently designed game, from the visual experience to the actual gameplay. So this is also kind of like a triangle here. It goes way down. I managed to grab it on Steam while it was on sale. Developers were having a big sale at that time, so I picked up a few things from them. I think, or was it just that? Maybe it was just that, but there were other things. Oh, there's Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which I haven't played either. But that visually looks pretty cool as well. The Smurfs too, The Prisoner of the Green Stone. Don't know about it. Should be drawing, and here I am looking at games. I'm not a sucker. I didn't realize it was a Smurfs cart as well. I see. I've got the Steam sort of trailer running at the moment. Looks like fun. I haven't seen something like this in a long time. Sort of Spyro, Crash Bandicoot type of style. Yeah, lots of color. Very vibrant looking game. Cool. So now, I want a bit of a violet-y white on this guy. Just start with this. Let's see. Goodbye. H2O reminder. Your OCs are done. Nice. No, we still got plenty of time here. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's get this dark in here. Cool, I'll take a look at the end of the session. This is quite a warm light. Let's go. This way. Is that too much? What is actually happening here with color? Let's have a look. Eyedropper, do a little comparison. It does shift towards those, even a slightly richer white, but it's still very much in that violet area. So let's go here, move towards the warms, come over. Art skill's been nerfed since you've been gaming so much this last week. Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. I was having a very hard time the other day trying to get into a painting mode. And I know it's, you can't always be happy with your lines. You got to chug through it and get it right. It can be pretty frustrating sometimes. I used to be able to do this. Yeah, that is true. You do sometimes need that break. Maybe as you get better as well, as you refine your skills, it becomes easier to tap back into when you take a break. You always got to flex and warm up again, but yeah, that is true. Because obviously drawing is quite active for most of us. I think when you just take that break, go do something else where your mind's not thinking about it, or you go jump into the garden, or it just sets things a little differently, where maybe you're more just observing taking things in. But without the distraction, because watching movies, watching games, it's passive and you're taking in stuff, but it's also quite distracting. It's a lot in a small amount. I know that feeling. Oh, it sucks. When you're so close. Okay, no, focus. All it's going to take is one more hit, but it's also one more hit until you're dead. Bugger. It's a long fight. What's going on with his eyes, actually? Okay. Let's bring it down. I think so. Solid platform. You're playing this on PC, right? Are you using a controller for it? Or you're a keyboard guy? I forget. I feel like you've mentioned this before, but I forget. I think you said you're a keyboard guy. I've also always been very keyboard. Yeah, okay. Only time I got into using a controller on computer was with Diablo 3, when my wife and I would play. Oh no, that was actually on PlayStation. It wasn't on PC. I've got it on PC, but we played on PlayStation. It was just my PC screen. That's why I was getting confused. I was so annoyed when the expansion came out because I only had a PS3, and then the expansion for Diablo came out, Reaper of Souls, with the Necromancer, which you weren't going to get on the PS3 because it just requires too much computing. Heck, even on computer, it's rough if your machine's not good. Necromancer and all those minions. How long have we been here? 1 hour and 14 minutes. Achilles. Up now. Sure thing, Watermelon. You go do your thing. We'll just be here, slaving away. Drawing with a pen tablet on the 42-inch display. What pen tablet are you using? Or are you using the Enduros Pro there? You mentioned it. You mentioned that device last time. But working on a big screen, it makes such a difference. Such a difference. Yeah, nice. Cool. I am yet to unpack mine and use it because I want to capture a bit of the unboxing. So most of the time I'm using the iPad. But I'm very eager to get into drawing with it, but I'm kind of not letting myself do it until I finish my current video, which is about Easy Canvas, which I'm currently using. I have a long list of videos scheduled. Well, not scheduled. They're just on a list. They're not scheduled. They're just on a list. Which from December, I'm going to have to crank out now while I have fantastic natural light to work with. Who knows what... We haven't booked our apartment in Malaysia yet, so I don't know what the lighting is going to be like. For now, this is epic light. Epic. Always a challenge while traveling for me without having a proper light box or like softbox or something to use. I saw. I'm surprised they kept that at 1080p. That's quite weird. Because, I mean, maybe they're trying to keep the price down, perhaps. But I mean, they've got their 16-inch. Their latest 16-inch is 2K, if I remember correctly. Oh, is it 2K? Okay, well that's fine. That's fine. I'm curious to see if they're going to put out something that is more pro range at the highest size points. But then, I mean, their main thing has been targeting more beginner level, lower price market. So I don't know if they'll do that. But maybe. It's probably good to have at least one in the lineup. Though I think when it comes to professional market, they are going to be very much more for the Wacom devices or Sense Labs, perhaps, where there's that's just where they're focused for many years. Oh, I would say height adjustable desk before bigger tablet. My opinion. Your seating setup is probably, man, more and more I'm like adamant that this is, you need to have, if you have a permanent space, figure out proper desk, proper setup, so you can keep good posture, not like me currently leaning over. Or at least, if not the height adjustable desk. Well, the nice thing with this is sometimes you get these chairs and desks where like your knees are just like hitting against the bottom and you can't get out without bumping your knees. The height adjustable thing is nice. And then a good solid VESA mount arm. so that you can really get maximum adjustability of that tablet. The height adjustable desk for £30. Hectic. I haven't looked at prices because I'm just gonna make myself sad. Probably. I'm a long way off from there. In time, should I say? I'm a long way off in time. But it's a worthwhile investment to have the proper space. I'm sure your owl is cool. Don't worry about it. It's up to you. Well, I mean, not it's up to you, but I mean, if you feel like you put in effort and did a little better than maybe one of your previous drawings, feeling good about it, then that's good. That Asus OLED, is that the Pro Art display? Let's get a bit darker in the background here, I think. The gaming one, okay. It's a super high refresh rate. Let's drop this down a little bit. Oh. Let's get a bit smaller here. Shouldn't be so zoomed in on my drawing here. That's a bit ridiculous. It's not necessary. Yeah. Getting a little bit lighter here. Should be a cold blue. It's always so interesting looking at color, obviously, but the color, this sort of lighter side of this barn owl, it looks quite warm and orangey, but it is still very much in the cool side of things. But we can accentuate my soul. You've been keeping a grayscale for this one? I haven't actually checked. Ah, there, I can see it. I can see the thumbnail. Miriam Faris, sorry, I'm only seeing your message now. I don't know if you're still watching. That was about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, everyone's done some really great drawings here. We've got a great team of people doing some awesome stuff. Whoops, that was an accidental click over. Soulless eyes. This is Zanon. He worked pretty quick. I suppose there's not too much point responding to that if you just paused and unpaused, because they'll only hear this in about 15 minutes. Okay, well, this has been fun. It's going all right. Should we change the track? What to do for the clubhouse that's owl focused? Need to figure that out before the session. So we had fighting snowmen on Wednesday. Owls in clothes. Yeah, so I was thinking of like a profession. I was thinking of foul owls, which could be fun. Pretty open-ended. But it's kind of cool if you can merge it with a profession. Or a profession, something like this. Studious. How do you, interesting. How does one illustrate studious? Owl at the desk, behind the books. Beak behind the books. That is an interesting one, for sure. Owls in 9. Owls 9. Do owls in pajamas. Let's see. Oh, your owls. Oh, 9. Okay, I didn't. Wasn't understanding what you meant at first. I think I've kind of lost my way here. Hi, Kelly on the live stream. What's up? What's up? You gonna come along and draw? We've only got about half an hour left of the study session, but that's still enough time, I think, to play around with one of these. Let's make this guy a bit smaller. And let's see, let's have a look at something here. Well, no problem. You can always start from the beginning of the live stream. Just follow along. Grab one of the empty canvases that we have down below. There's, oops, accidental click. We've got at least one empty one there. We can make another. Let's rename this. Oh, I know why this wasn't working with iPad. And a weird tech combination here. Oops, I can hide this now. There we go. Okay, let's grab another pencil and let's see. Let's hide one or two of these. Ah, let's do this guy. Okay, I'm going to move this one down. What's on the live screen? My canvas. Let's. So this one's got its head turning. Still sort of round. This is here, here, cross, big circle eyes. Let's come up a bit. And then we have this. This should be a little bit straighter, I think. There you go. This comes out way too wide. Let's come in a bit. This should be here. Erase this part. This part. Really big pupils in this one. Toothpicks. Ha ha. Okay, okay. We're getting there. Gotta say, I'm still pretty glad that I have cooperative internet these days. It's lovely. It's been fantastic. Only my microphone has been a bit weird, but we'll blame We'll blame Windows for that. Let's make this bigger. This is way too small. Fill in this whole section. When in doubt, blame Windows. And I'm going to put something underneath here. We'll get a bit of that greenish background. Dude. Scroll up. $101. That is correct. That is correct. Let's see, we can go with a bit green in there. What's going on with these colors? Let's see. Warm it into the shadows, it shifts to blues. Yeah, quite desaturated. I say. Let's go. Well, the stream, let's see. Why is that not working? Yeah, the clubhouse is on Wednesday. It is on Wednesday. Still thinking of my theme for that. Full of green in the thing. We've got the overcast light. Okay, let's go. Yeah, those sessions are always fun. Bit more, yeah, just a bit more of a fun theme generally. It's more imagination, quirkiness. People bringing a lot of fun stuff to those streams. I do enjoy them. Hey, Esfat and Geordie over on YouTube. Thank you. We're having quite a bit of fun here. If you guys want to jump in and join, you're welcome to, though we only have 15 minutes left of the stream. But there are some canvases available. There's no reason you can't jump in at the later end of the day. Wait, this should be lighter here. Color pick that. Okay, we need some yellow eyes. Everything here is, yeah, we're gonna make it stronger. We're gonna make those eyes a little stronger. Just a little. Just a touch. This should be a bit darker. It is in shadow. Let's desaturate a bit. But we'll bring in some of this down here. And we'll get real light about things up here. Let's get this a bit more brown. It's a bit of a dark browny color. We actually need to bring this above the sketch layer or on top of it. Yeah, don't matter. It don't matter. But either way, we can start getting rid of these sketch lines. Start going over them. This should be wider. Coming here. Got a little bit of that happening over here. Very dark on the eyes, the edge of the eyes. Very dark here. Let's bump that up. Mine was all sketch lines and building on them. Yep, that's one way to go. I think I mentioned a good mate of mine. He also works that way. A lot of sketch lines, very sketchy, and just builds and builds and builds and builds, and just adds more and more form over time, and it gets pretty cool. It gets really cool. Actually, let that bugger know that I'm here, and well, he knows I'm here in town. But we're gonna make a plan. Go grab a beverage. Great for texturing for sure. It's amazing how quick or how short an amount of time 2 months seems. You're visiting a place and you've got to try and connect with everybody again. It just goes so quick, so darn quick. I mean, I've already been here for a week. I suppose because it's also it's not like I'm on holiday, you know. I'm working at the same time. So it's maintaining that same schedule, but trying to condense seeing as many people as possible. Only so much time, and that's what makes everything that much more enjoyable. The fact that it is limited. Savor it. Savor it. Okay, I want a bit of this yellowish color here. And here. What is here? Color pick a little bit in the middle there. Come around again. Come around again. Have any of you watched Hunt for the Wilder People? It's a film by Taika Waititi. Really good one. Really, really good. Highly recommend if you haven't seen it. Where's that streaming? Good question. I think it was on Netflix at one point. It's on Apple TV, and it seems like it's on Netflix. Yeah. I know it's quite an older one, so not in the theaters. Can be streamed. I wonder what's going to be in the theaters next. That's worth going to watch. I know that's a subjective thing. So I need to get this section darker. Let's do that. Let's do this. There's another Godzilla movie coming? I think I saw something about this. Actually, one of the Magma team shared the trailer the other day. I don't normally share trailers, but look at this. Look at this. That was Evan, who I think might be listening on Twitch now. I know he tends to listen to it, put it on in the morning. So if you're listening, Evan, how's it, as we say in South Africa? How's it? The Marvels is coming out soon. I feel a little bit Marvel fatigued. I think maybe we just need to have some other things. Although I say that, but I do want to watch Loki. I do want to watch Loki. That was fantastic, the first season. And I have high expectations for season 2. Endgame was the last you watched, and Loki, yeah. Whoops. Let's get some light here. It's a bit of a light. We have some softness, but let's go with this for now. That could be stronger. Guardians 3. I never saw the ending. Because for whatever reason, this was in the previous apartment, my internet cut out. And when I reset things, it was no longer listed on Disney Plus. At that, like, just a weird thing. It just wasn't listed anymore. But I did check, like, a few days later. Next day it wasn't working, but a few days later it was back there. Don't know what that was about. I also haven't seen the ending to John Wick 4 because yeah, it was on the flight, and if the pilot stopped making so many darn announcements towards our landing, I might have got to the end. But there's still a chunk of the movie left, actually, and it wasn't on the flight, on the next flight that I took a month later. 2 months later. Made me very sad indeed. Stopped watching. It's all pretty predictable now, right? The John Wick. I enjoyed the first one. Second one didn't quite tickle me. What is going on with my brush here? Is it because it's so small? It is because it's so small. But there was a sort of rawness to the fight scenes that I kind of like. It was a bit refreshing. But yeah, predictable. But a good way to pass the time on a flight nonetheless. Okay, we are 5 minutes out till the end of this. This has been fun, guys. I've quite enjoyed tackling these owls. It's kind of preparing me for another painting I want to do, or like getting some ideas moving, rather. Preparing for a specific idea, but getting ideas moving. It's like everyone took their turn in the fight scenes. Yeah, I know what you mean. I felt like that quite a bit in the second one, I think. It sort of bugged me there. The others, I felt like it improved a little bit. But maybe it was just because I had some time. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick... Wait. Before I take a quick little look, this needs to be stuff. Now, the best way to get this white section to pop is actually to just darken the value of the background. So let's do that. Nope. Shift it. There we go. That just helps to bring it out a little further. Just a little, just a touch, just a tad, just a smidge. Cool. Let's take a little look at what everyone else has done. Oh, very cool, Vince. Not sure if you're listening on the stream, but this is awesome. such a grumpy. Hello. Very cool. Love it. Love it. Creating these characters. I mean, that's also why I like doing these things with the animals, and then taking it further into the clubhouse where we add make a character out of it. It's sort of like a little character design exercise. Very cool, Andy. Lots and lots of lines. We had Rosanna here, did some real quick sketches in and out. Burning Phoenix, setting up the whole scene. I like. This one with his head tilted is so cool. Ooh, I love the colors here. Basil Meg Vinegar. I don't think she's here anymore. Giving me those. I can't believe I'm forgetting the name again. I mentioned this person last time. It had the purples and yellows and the whites. Oh, Yuming. There we go. Woohoo! Dang, Everest. Amazing. These look amazing. Awesome job. Really capturing the subtle colors in there, exaggerating them. I like it. I really like it. Yowza! Delax can't draw. Well, you did a smashing job of this. If you happen to catch the end of the stream, well done. Well done. Radek as well. Great job. He's gone off already, back to work. And then we got the OCs from Watermelon. Cool. Well, I'm going to call it there. Thank you very much, guys. This was a lot of fun. We'll do something else owl-related on Wednesday. I'll let you know about that. Don't forget, tomorrow we also have Jonathan Hardesty doing a portrait study, and that'll be definitely worthwhile. And I will see you there for sure. I'm very keen to be a participant for a change and just learn from Jonathan. He's a really great instructor. Cool. So I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Monday, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe and happy painting. Ciao for now. If I can find my rollout. Ding. Bye.